Hi, this is Taaka from Busara, Africa. Welcome to our leadership tip. Today we'll be talking about what you do when you have to manage your former peers as a leader. So what do I mean? You've been working with a team of people, an opening comes up, and you're promoted to be their boss, manager, or supervisor. Let's face it, there may be tension when you move from being a peer to a boss. There will be some who will adjust to your new role, but there will be some who will want to continue treating you as a peer and may not give you the due respect that you are needed. Then there are those who have vied for the job but didn't get it. So what do? Here are 5 tips to help you manage this situation. Tip number 1, acknowledge the situation. Have an open discussion about the delicacy of the situation with your former peers, but ask their cooperation in making it work. Let them know that you're open to receiving feedback, and when they give you that feedback, really listen. When you're new, this is the best time not to talk a lot. In fact, you should talk less and listen more when you're new. This is also a time to tread lightly. It's not the time to throw your weight around or to make major new decisions. As I said, tip number 1 is to acknowledge the situation. Tip number 2, hold them accountable. When you become the boss of your former peers, there will be some who will try to push the boundaries by taking advantage of your former friendship. For example, you ask them to deliver a report on Wednesday and they stroll in on Friday with the report. Or you ask them to represent you at a meeting and they never show up. When this happens, you need to have an open and frank discussion about what needs to change. It'll be a difficult conversation and it may even cause some tension in what was formerly a friendship. But at this point, it's important for you to remember this is not about being liked. This is about respect. So hold them accountable. Tip number 3, establish credibility. Unfortunately, for some of us, when we assume these new positions, there will be some who will be saying, why her and not me? In this case, you need to demonstrate why you were selected as the appropriate leader. You do this by articulating your vision, empowering others, building a team, delivering results. Because ultimately, you need to establish credibility and authority on the job. Tip number 4, be fair and consistent. Let's face it, when you were working as peers, there were some that you were closer to than others. But this is not the time to play favorites. You need to be seen to be fair and consistent. And this may even mean that you may have to distance yourself a little bit from those you were very close to before. But you have to be fair and consistent. Tip number 5, pay attention to the emotions involved. The first set of emotions may be your own. Let's face it, you may be feeling a little insecure. You might be questioning yourself. So you need to self-soothe, encourage yourself. Because if you don't pay attention to these emotions, this is when you start being domineering or extra defensive. So pay attention to your own emotions first. Second, you need to pay attention to the emotions of others, particularly the ones who vied for the job and didn't get it. Give them a little bit of space and then speak to them and let them know you're there to support them. You won't constantly see them as rivals, and ultimately you will need their cooperation in working together. So those are the 5 tips. If you would like further support in managing your former peers, visit our website at busara-africa.com. Thanks. Ciao.